Hey guys, it's PAT here, and today we're going to be doing one of my highly anticipated reviews on Life is Strange Before the Storm, Episode 1. Now let's not waste any more time, let's get right into the video.
I'm the next generation of great, the next generation of great, let's go. I've been building up just to break them down, got them looking like, wow, who the greatest now?
I recently played the original Life is Strange, and I asked myself, how did I not play this game 2 years ago? Life is Strange is definitely one of my favorite games of this console generation so far. The game focuses more on the story and less gameplay. However, it tells a fantastic story, similar to what Telltale does. But Telltale doesn't have as many good games anymore. So this game feels like what Telltale used to be, but made it better. The relationships in this game all feel real, and you get immediately invested, and the game tells a fantastic story when you play as Max Caulfield, a girl who can control time. Now keep in mind, in the prequel, there's no time-controlling powers as you play as Max's childhood friend, Chloe Price. The game takes place 3 years before the events of the original game. You begin the game when you go to a feed mill to see the band Firewalk. This is where the newest feature of the game comes into play. It's called Backtalk, in which you have to insult and choose your words wisely to attempt to get what you want. In many ways, it works great. In other ways, though, it falls just short of being fantastic. However, it does work fine, and it is a great foundation for what is to come. Let's talk about the graphics real quick. They are a slight downgrade, as they don't really have as much of the visual charm that the original Life is Strange does. However, when you do look at Chloe's character, it does affect her character because it's based off of her character. It's only a slight drop, so it doesn't really affect much. You'll get used to it really quickly. Also, in this section of the game is where you meet Rachel Amber, the missing girl from the first game. Rachel and Chloe, by the way, have phenomenal chemistry when they talk and interact, and it is super easy to get invested, just as much as it was to get invested in the relationship between Max and Chloe in the original game. I also liked how, in different sections of the game, this time at Blackwell, you get to walk around and interact with others. For example, you can listen to patrol or security guards mixtape and tell them if it's good or not. You can sabotage a person's homework, and you can also sit down with a couple of your friends and play a Dungeons and Dragons like tabletop game. This to me was a nice addition because it's nice to just not worry about things, the other parts of the story, and kind of just take a break for once and just sit down and have some fun and play a good old game of Dungeons and Dragons. It reminds me of the old days when my friends would want me to play that as well. So it did bring in a bit of nostalgia, and I've heard from many people that is one of their favorite parts of Episode 1. The game also does a really good job at introducing new characters, while also reintroducing characters from the original, like Miss Grant, Victoria, Nathan Prescott, etc. Victoria is just as much of a Mean Girls-esque girl as ever in this game, because this is pre-face turn depending on what you did in the original. Nathan Prescott seems like the same rich kid, of course, but this time he's only a freshman, so he's picked on by the jocks. It's interesting to see that he does have power, but at the same time doesn't have power. Also, many characters from the original aren't present in Episode 1, such as Kate Marsh and Mr. Jefferson. While it is a tad bit disappointing, it could be a good thing so you can focus more on Chloe Price, Rachel Amber, and the newer characters that are introduced. My main problem with the original game was the lip syncing. The lip syncing was really bad. However, in the new game, this is fixed, mostly. It's not perfect by any means, but the lip syncing is a lot better than it was in the original. It's, again, not perfect, but now it's acceptable. The sound in this game is fantastic. For example, the indie soundtrack is so good, it introduces you to new bands that you've probably never heard of. My two personal favorite songs in this game are You Ready For Me by Pretty Vicious and No Below by Speedy Ortiz. The voice acting is much improved despite the fact that the voice actor for Chloe, Ashley Birch, wasn't in the game due to the ongoing voice actor strike at the time. A couple more people that are affected by this were Victoria Chase and I believe Miss Grant and a few other people. However, Ashley Birch did help with the writing for Chloe and the dialogue. The new voice for Chloe, Rihanna DeVries, sorry if I completely butchered that name, did a pretty good job. It's weird to play at first with the different voice, but eventually you will get used to it, well, within the next few minutes or so. First few minutes of the game, excuse me. The gameplay is pretty basic interactions like talking, walking, but nothing major like in the original. But again, this game isn't focused on the gameplay, it's focused on the story. However, the story in this game is very, very good. It makes you care and view a new side of Chloe not previously seen. You can see her struggle to cope with the loss of her father and Max moving to Seattle. Her character is very well written and is portrayed very well. She acts like a you-know-what, but also has her fun and her sad sides. Rachel is also very well written and a great character. The polar opposite of Chloe, but they have a special connection somehow. She's the 4.0 GPA beauty queen, but has problems of her own in her family. Insert spoiler alert here. Each character is well written and seems like they at least connect to someone. Like I said earlier, the D&D tabletop game moment in the game also connects to a lot of people like myself. Life is Strange Before the Storm Episode 1 is a hella great start to this episodic prequel to the amazing original game. While the game graphically is a step down and has a different feel than the original, the story and the characters are just as well written and captivating. This game is definitely worth the money. I recommend it to anyone who's played the first game and is interested in the series. I'm going to give Life is Strange Before the Storm a 9 out of 10. Now, thanks everybody for watching this video. Please comment, thumbs up, and subscribe, and see you guys in the next one.